again, Joe Cortez, our referee in charge.
All right, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I want good sportsmanlike conduct. Obey my commands at all times. Shake hands. Good luck to both of you.
Joe Cortez gives the instructions. It's the 10-point must-scoring system. 3 judges will score the fight. No standing 8 count. 3 knockdown rule is in effect. Only the referee can stop the fight, and a fighter cannot be saved by the bell except in the last round of the fight when the bell signifies the end of the contest. So the principals, Stevie Collins and Tartan with Celtic Warrior, and the midsection in the blue and white, Frederic Seillier of Toulon in France. Here we go, waiting for the opening bell. Stevie not looking beyond this fight. He'll try to work the body early and take the hands down and then go upstairs. Seillier will just try to survive and get through the first couple of rounds. And you see Stevie going to the body immediately. That was just a slip over there. There's been a lot of fights here tonight, and that's a live corner that Seillier slipped in. There's a lot of water there. See him pound the body, comes back upstairs to the head. Seillier showing how tough he is. He keeps coming forward. But you get the idea immediately here in round number 1 that the Celtic Warrior is stronger than Seillier. He has a more compact build. Seillier, actually, the way he's built looks taller, but the fact of the matter is Collins is taller. The chants begin. You heard the way they went when they announced Collins from Dublin, Ireland. They cheered like mad. You know, they talk about the great rivalries in sport, and there's supposed to be a great rivalry between England and Ireland, but there is no rivalry when it comes to sport, except in the best possible intentions, because this very partisan British crowd cheered like mad for Steve Collins, for the fella that lives across the Irish Sea in Dublin. There's Frederic Seillier coming up here to fight for France and fight for a world title, has his hands filled. 43-6, 3 draws on his record, 29 KOs. Seillier, remember, never down in his career. He's been stopped but wouldn't go off his feet. See exactly what I said. Stevie working the body. And let me tell you something, folks. Those are heavy body shots. Very heavy body shots. Steve said, that's all I want to do. Get to his body a half a dozen to 8 times around for the first 2 or 3 rounds. Bring his hands down, and then I'll knock him out upstairs. And you see that? Digs to the body again. That was a glancing blow that time. And Seillier's game. You see that? He hangs in there. Digging shots again to the body. Already you see the mouth come down from Seillier. That means that those body shots are beginning to take a toll. We're just in round number 1. This is scheduled for 12, but it won't go 12 rounds. I guarantee you that. This fight will end before the 12th. A shamrock cut into the side of the head of Steve Collins, into the hair, actually. Into the side of the head. It's on the side of the head, but in the hair. Collins to the left of your screen with that lightning left jab. Upstairs, nice left hand get through. Seillier trying to fight back all right. Showing he's the #1 contender in the WBO. All right, the bell ends. In the corner with the Celtic Warrior, Steve Collins. Look at this replay as Steve comes in, bangs his shoulders, goes upstairs, clips him behind the ear, never stops throwing, and as he backs off has to nail him in the ribs again as he pulls away. Look at this, the kid trying to show some movement. What he needs to do is slide down the ropes. He tries to slide down, and Steve cuts him off. And then he backs him right back up again.
Corners, 10 seconds.
Working in that corner with Steve Collins, one of the very best. Freddie Roach, who trains fighters. And you get Billy Keane, and handling the cuts, Ernie Fossey. All right, this is round 2. Round 1, obviously, Collins' first round. Remember, it's a 10-point must-scoring system. 3 judges score the fight. Paul Thomas of the UK, Aubrey Erasmus of Cape Town, South Africa, and Roy Francis also of the UK. You won't have to worry about this. This won't make it to the scorecards. And you already see some blood on the face of the Frenchman. He's backed off with another right hand inside. It's from the left cheek. Steve Collins coming upstairs in the second round. Nice uppercut he walked into that time. And a nice left hand. Look at Seillier. And the Irishman says, hey, I'm not going to take any more of this. He comes back upstairs and we get a bit of a brawl on the hands here. Guys exchange. Oh, nice right hand and a left hook inside by Collins. Collins looking, you see to the left of your screen, he wanted to stay with the body a little bit longer, I think, but he sees blood around that left eye of Seillier, and he's going right for it. You see the power. Seillier has got a lot of heart, though. He's come in, he's taken some good shots. Hasn't been dumped yet. We're only in round 2. This is scheduled for 12, but as I said, it won't go 12. There'll be a cut, there'll be a broken nose, there'll be a blasted eye, there'll be something that'll end this. And now you see a referee, Joe Cortez, one of the very best referees in all of boxing, come in and say, hey, can't let you get away with pushing down on that head. That cuts beside the left eye of Seillier, and Collins bangs the left hand right up the side of that left eye. He's got the blood in his eye now because he wants to bang it again. He reaches, all he wants to do is touch with the left hand and then drop the big right on top of that eye. That's what he's looking to do, but instead Seillier is able to keep him off with a combination of his own. Stevie, watch him touch upstairs with the left hand and then he'll throw the right. Boom, boom. Look at that. There it is right there. Seillier fights off, though. Tough kid. Blood streaming from that left eye of Seillier now. We're in round number 2, and this is the type of fight you can just tell from right now. Remember, in his career, he's never been stopped on cuts. Never down in his career, Seillier. He's a tough kid from France. Collins wants to change all that history of this kid's career. You can see why he's ranked number 1 in the WBO. But he might lack an ability against a world-class guy like Steve Collins. He picks up on heart. But Collins having it his way in round number 2. Bang, bang to the body. And you see the referee again say, hey, Steve, keep him up, keep him up. Steve reaching out, looking to throw that right. He just grazed it past the nose. Look at these two guys exchanging shots. Seillier lands a couple in there. Steve Collins with 3 shots to either side of the head as he backs off. Long looping shot that time. Seillier comes in. He gets Steve off balance just a bit. Collins to the right of your screen with his back to you. That's Seillier facing you. You can see the blood coming from that left eye. Closing seconds now in this, the second round. All right, it's all over. Round number 2 by the boards. Another Steve Collins round, but Seillier showing how tough he is. Here we go with round 3. Scheduled for 12. London Arena. WBO Super Middleweight Championship of the World. I'm Bob Sheridan, and you're watching Steve Collins with his title on the line against Frederic Seillier. Seillier in blue from France on the left of your screen. He's already cut by the left eye. Look at this. Collins loading up some shots. There it is, just like that. Seillier to the right and Collins to the left. 2 touches by Stevie. Wild with the right hand is Collins. Wild again is Seillier. These guys loading up some shots here. Man, I hope you're enjoying this as much as I'm enjoying bringing it to you. Frank Warren, Don King get together. Terrific, terrific fight card tonight. Real good competitive shot between Robin Reed and the upstart Giovanni Pretorius from South Africa. Now Steve Collins and Frederic Seillier. Collins said he expected a tough fight. He doesn't look past any opponent. He really wants to fight Roy Jones Jr. for some big money. Left hook gets through that time. Bangs the head of Seillier. Seillier looks to be taller and lankier than Steve, and he might be a little bit lankier because he has a 4-inch advantage in reach, but Steve is able to come through it. I must say, a nice job by Luis Lavalle and Pietro Posa in the corner. Adrian Rocco is doing a good job on that cut of Seillier, because while it's in a bad spot, it's not a major league problem as yet. It could develop into a big problem because we're very early in the fight. We're only in the 3rd round. The heads came together again, and again you see the referee warn them. And the heads really banged. You could hear it clicking. About a minute to go here in the 3rd round. Steve wants to touch to the body and then come up with that right hand. He knows that that left eye is there. All he's got to do, oh, look at that. He lunges forward. Seillier showing some pretty good hand speed, keeping him off. Well, you know, it's something. When you get to this level of a world championship fight and you get two guys that have worked their way up through the rankings, there's a lot of ability by both fighters. Now, it's obvious to me that Collins is much stronger here, but Seillier's got a lot of courage here. You see the time remaining inside of 27 seconds to go in the third round. Collins constantly on the assault. Seillier takes a step forward, but Seillier's got a problem because when we take a wider shot, you'll see his legs are very far apart, so he doesn't have the leverage, where Steve keeps his a little closer together and steps up into his punches. So there's more power behind his left jab and certainly a lot more power with his right hand. So when they take the wide shot, watch that. Seillier's feet are so spread apart that he takes power away from himself when he throws his punch. The bell ends round 3. A better round for Seillier, but still a Steve Collins round.
Corners, 10 seconds.
All right, seconds out.
Seconds out. Round
We understand
4.
that the punch stat is indicating 71 punches for Collins and 55 for Seillier. So Collins throwing a lot more and certainly landing a lot more. Round number 4, scheduled for 12. We're at the London Arena on the Isle of Dogs. London, England. Look at these shots inside. Collins has got some sort of adrenaline rush, and just as I say that, so does Seillier. This kid from France is tough because Collins has really nailed him with some shots. And Collins not afraid to take a shot, and the heads come together again. That's the third time the heads have come together. It's not intentional, it's their style of fighting. Steve comes in and he throws body shots and he tucks his chin so he doesn't get hit, and Seillier bends over at the trunk and it causes the heads to come together. See Sellier's movement? He goes down, he bends at the waist and goes down and circles his head up, and if he does that at the time when Collins is coming in, the heads are going to hit, and they're going to hit again before this is over. Look at Steve. See the heads come together again? Seillier coming in, moving that head around. He clipped that time, clipped Collins on the chin. And the heads come together again. That's the third time this round. That one just grazed the jaw. Nice jabbing shots there by Seillier. Little feint by Stevie, looking to drop that right hand in that eye. Nice stiff jab. And the reason that jab is so powerful and so strong is exactly what I told you. His legs are in position to step up into the jab, and Seillier has too much spread of his feet. You can't see it because the camera people over here like to shoot tight, so they don't really want to show you what's going on. Now we can show you. See that? See how far apart the legs are of Seillier? Well, and it's very, very successful. Seillier walked into a heap of trouble there. I'll tell you one thing. This veteran Collins knows every trick in the book. He'll spin you, he'll clip you when you come in, he'll push you up, he'll set you up with the elbow. He's a tough cookie. About a minute to go now in the 4th round. It's a tough round for Seillier. He's some kind of tough, believe me, folks. Yeah, great heart. A little short on the same ability that Steve Collins has, but he is tough. Wild with that right hand, but scores a nice left jab. And again, that goes back to his leg positioning. Steve is in perfect position to deliver a punch. So when he delivers it, he delivers with power. A body shot, and Steve's backing off with it. Watch Steve. He comes with the left and has that right behind it. That time he goes with the right hand lead and follows with the left. Look at these shots. Seillier ducking that head forward again. He tucks at the chin and circles his head forward. Watch Steve downstairs, then back upstairs. He comes upstairs again, drops the right hand in that eye. He has his right hand tied up, so he bangs him with the left. This kid, they call him the Celtic Warrior. Well, in the old days when the Celts were roaming around in Scotland and Northern Ireland and in the Irish Republic, as the 4th round is by the boards now, you want to have Steve Collins with his tartan on, Celtic warring around with you. This kid is something else. Wow. I take a look at my scorecard. I've got Collins winning every single round. Just doing a nice job of winning every round, 10-9. Look at this replay. counters him inside, bangs him on the neck. He doesn't care where it lands as long as he throws. Misses that one. Seillier scores, and Steve keeps throwing to the body. Watch the heads. Watch the heads. Boom. They come together inside again. Wow, this is a tough fight. In spite of the fact I've got this guy with his back to you sliding around, winning the fight, it's a tough fight. This is round 5. Frank Warren and Don King working together to bring this one to you around the world, and we're glad that you can be with us. Round 5 of the scheduled 12-round affair. Had a nice right hand gets through by Steve that time, and Seillier able to gobble it up. I'll tell you, when you take a punch like that, you get some strength. Beautiful left hook by Steve Collins. And all the time Seillier's throwing punches, but Collins landing the heavy blows. I don't know how much longer Seillier can take these kind of shots. There's another right. That one might have buckled the knees. Remember, Seillier's never been off his feet in his career. He digs to the body of Steve. He's got the courage. Oh, man, look at these head shots. Bang again. That one whistles past the nose. Clips him high in the forehead. Steve having a field day teeing up. You know, we talked about working the body and bringing the hands down. The hands are down enough. There's blood in the hairline. Blood over the eye. He banged him over the left eye that time. Steve getting ready to load up another right. He comes with the uppercut. Bang, there's a right hand. Inside, hits him with the left hand to the right side of the head this time. Collins having a tee-off field day right now. Bangs him below the belt. And again, he's warned by referee Joe Cortez to keep him up. Steve is just loading up shots now, and Seillier is catching them with his head. That one missed. Past the nose again. Wild with that one over the head. Stevie misses the left hook that time. Look at this kid. And the chance begins for the Celtic Warrior. Straight left hand. How much more punishment can the Frenchman take? He fights back. He keeps coming back. Look at this. Wow, what a round of boxing this is. We're in the 5th round, scheduled for 12. It's not going 12. Steve comes in again, looking to load up the right. He's hit him with everything he's got, and Seillier refuses to go. That's got to be frustrating for the champ. Look at these shots over the head. Oh, look at that right hand right on top of that eye. Seillier cannot continue to take this kind of punishment. Big left hook. Just short with the right hand. The blood is beginning to bother him. The eye is bad, and I think he may stop the fight. He calls timeout. And the veteran referee, Joe Cortez, says, I want the doctor to have a look. It's in a bad spot, and that's it. The doctor tells the referee, you got to stop it. So the referee, on the advice of the doctor, stops the fight. It'll be scored as a 5th round TKO win for Steve Collins. So once again, Seillier does not go off his feet, and he loses by TKO. Very disappointing for the kid to get cut like that and have the fight stop. But it's the proper decision. The way it was going, Collins was going to hurt this fella. What an effort by Steve Collins. My goodness gracious, did he hit him with some shots. But again, see that man? He's a tough kid. That was a tough fight. He took a lot of blows to the head and would not go down. And the reason he wouldn't go down, he trained 7 or 8 weeks for this fight. He was in tremendous physical condition. But all you have to do, look at the cut across the nose as well. And that's a bad one too. That could be a broken nose. It's a very, very bad cut across the bridge of the nose. And folks, if you're a boxing judge, it always amazes me. Why don't they just look at each other, at each fighter, and all you have to do is look at these two fighters, and you don't need to go to the judge's scorecard to see who won. The old days of the street brawls, the guy with the black eye lost the fight. Watch this, the end of the fight. Look at this, loaded up, then the big left hand right behind it. Now watch, he's not done yet. Seillier trying to fight back. That one kind of goes by the nose. Watch, watch. Boom, look at that, right on top of that eye. And right back with the left. The right wasn't enough, the left hook catches him. It came at 2:20 of the 5th round, the official time. Stevie Collins, the Celtic Warrior,